show y'all with a few clicks on what I did in my Cricut design space. I got the Cross design. It's backwards because I used it for the cup. So you see I have my girls here. I don't want to use all three, so I put a square around her, and then I'm going to slice her out. So I only can have one. Then I moved her up here, and then I noticed that her eyes is matching with the colors that's underneath. So you see me moving her to the side, trying to add a square behind her, screenshotting her, slicing her, and that didn't turn out when I put it back. So I got me a circle. Little white, and I turned it white, put it behind her head, and then I group it together, and then I put her back. Then I have her center into my page, and then I take Shift and Command and 4, and then I screenshot her. Once I screenshot her, because that's how I like to do my things on my Apple computer, I screenshot everything, send it to my printer. So this is the picture that I printed. So I'll go up here in File, I push Print, and I'm going to scale it to fit. I don't know if that's the one I use. Let me check, because I don't want to be using the wrong one. This might be the one. Nope, that one's too big. Alright, so this is the one that I use. Print. I use a little scale to fit to make it bigger, and then I put it on print. So while that's printing, I'm going to go back into my Cricut design, and then I take her and ungroup it, and then I take it out. Cut. So I want to put the edging on that lamp. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a shape. I went and got a shape. Turn the shape into a pen, because when you turn it into a pen, it makes it clear so you can see what you're doing. I take this, unlock it, and then I stretch it out to get the most out of the gold piece that I want in there. And then I size this, and I put it over the gold strip that's on here, and I drag it, and I take the gold strip out. But that's all I want is the gold strip. So I'm going to slice that, the gold strip, and I'm going to get rid of everything. I'm going to keep my gold strip. So I'm going to move that up there, and then I'm going to take that piece again, unlock it. It's unlocked, because they moved the unlock button onto the top, so it's unlocked. So I'm going to make it shorter. So what I want to do, I want to start at number on the 3rd row. Why is it so long? Let me make it shorter. I'm down 60. It don't need to be at 60, but it don't matter. So drag this down, put it on top of the 3rd one, stretch it till you get 3 inside, cover the whole thing, go down the bottom, and I'll slice it. So now I'm going to get rid of all this, and get rid of that, because when you slice it shows. So these are what I'm left up with. This is, I'm going to duplicate it. And once I duplicate it, I screenshot it, and I send it to my printer. So here you go right here. Screenshot. I'm going to print it out. So some of the measurements ain't always right, but I'm going to scale to fit, and then I'm going to print. Then I'm going to move that, and then my little strips here, this is what they look like. I'm going to push print, and I'm going to scale them to fit, and then I'm going to print them out. So that's basically it for the computer part. Hello everybody, good morning. Today I'm gonna do a video and show y'all how I achieve this lamp. How it's done, the way it's look. It's beautiful. I like it. Got the little chain on it that moves around. So it resembles a pocketbook. So this is what my video is gonna be on today. So I'm not gonna do much talking, I'm just gonna get right into it. So here's my lamp. And yes, there's still lamps out there. They're in North Carolina. You gotta go get it. So I'm traveling next week. And, in about 2 weeks, I'm gonna be traveling to North Carolina. It's a 7-hour trip. And in 7 hours that it's gonna take me, I'm gonna drive all the way there, pick up about 100 lamps, and then bring them back home, because this is a craft that never is gonna go away. Everybody always gonna love a lamp. So I'm gonna start and let you know what I'm doing. This is the items you're gonna be needing. You're gonna need a chain and a cutter. So these things right here I bought from the store that I use for the cups, and they come with these little pieces for the bottom. If you can see that or not, it comes with these little pieces. So I'm only going to use these pieces. I will not be using these pieces because these pieces are for the cups and you don't have to put them on the lamp. So I have this printed out, my border printed out, and my picture printed out. And they all printed out on 90-pound white cardstock. So I'm going to slice all these pictures out of here. This one actually is big. This one needs to be resized. So I'm going to go back in there and resize it. So I resized the picture 6'5" by 8 inches wide. So I'm using my slicer and I'm going to slice all these things out and get them prepped. These strips is a little thick, but it gives you some leeway in case you cut it one too small or something. They're not going to come out exactly the same, but you can try and get as close as possible. So one is a little thicker, so that's why I still got my extra piece so that I can go and start over again on my next one. Alright, so my two pieces, they look like they matching now. These two are the edges that I'm going to put on there. So, got my scissors. Let's get some of this edge off of here. Because we want to get a nice clean look. We don't want to be sloppy. Especially me. I'm not doing that. Everything has to be perfect when I'm doing something, because I'm showing it to y'all, so I make sure it's up to par. So what I'm doing, I'm just cutting off a little excess white edging on here that I don't want. This has a little extra on top, and I don't want that white edging showing on the top of my lamp. So I'm just gonna trim them all. And yes, I'm taking that ride, y'all. I'm going to North Carolina. I'll be there on the 20th. It's gonna be a 14-hour trip. I'm gonna go up, drive up 7 hours, stop at my sister's on the way back in Raleigh, and then I'm gonna come back with about 100, maybe 120. I think that's what some lady picked up. One of the ladies from the group picked it up for me. So I'll take that drive up there and go get it, because it's worth it. The lamps are popular, and they're never gonna go out of style. So might as well get it while they got it. Alright, so my pictures are all trimmed out. Now it's time to get this look. Now y'all know that's cute. So I'm gonna start here. And I know y'all seen me do lamps before, but people still want to see me do them over. I guess every lamp is different, so they want to see it done over. So I'm just putting some glue on it. And I want to make sure I have the back part and the back lined up with it. And I'm just going to put that glue on here. Put that picture on. Now, even if you get a little bit glue on the outside like I just did, it's okay. Because you're going to take glue on the outside anyway to give you that shiny Coach look. So just rub it a little bit and make sure it sticks. Then we're going to lay it flat. And I'm going to put this under here so I don't want to get glue on my table. And we're just going to do all the rest of it. So these lamps I'm doing is basically similar to the sports themed ones that I did, where you put the border at the bottom. But I like to do the border at the bottom instead of turning on the Cricut machine and have to cut out the vinyl and all that just to put people's names on. Now, be mindful and make sure you pay attention, because the one I did earlier, it was upside down. So to take the picture off, it still turned out okay. So you just want to give a little rub to make sure you have enough glue on it. The last thing you want to do is sell something to somebody and it comes apart. So just make sure at least your edges have enough glue on the paper. But that's the part you don't want to come up. These lamps should last a long time. I've had some in my room now, almost about a year, and they still hold together. The paper hasn't come off or anything. So my picture is on. It looks nice. Now I'm going to do my borders. I don't want to take too long to this video, so I'm going to trim it off for the border. Get me a piece of scrap here, and I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to put some glue along my border, because it'll give you that clean edge. Get that out the way. Turn it sideways. And I'm just going to stick this up here on top. And I'm just going to cut it off. See? Clean. You make the edges clean up. Then I'm going to take my other border. My other one. That's my other one. And I'm going to do the same thing. Add some glue. Do y'all know I get about 300 and something subscribers every month? Like, I really feel honored that people really like my stuff like that. Alright, I need some more glue on that one. Looks like it's glue trying to be stingy. Stingy with the glue. Just put that on there. Make sure you got a nice coverage. Move that. We're going to put that one on this side here. Start up the top. And basically just put it on side and just create a border. Just like that. Let it dry. Create a border. Cut it off to match with the picture. Alright, so this part of the lamp is done. Let me get my base together. Put this lamp on top of it. You gotta make sure the back lines up with your back. So I like to have everything lined up. So see how cute she's looking? So I got my back piece. This is my piece for the bottom. Let me get another piece of scrap here. So I'm gonna take this piece and I'm gonna put glue on that as well. On the whole thing. So I'm gonna glue all this on here. Trying to get this quick little video in before grandbaby wake up, because she's busy. Alright, so there's some. Now there's glue on here. So I think I like the gold part gonna be up top. So I'm gonna start on the side and measure and make sure it's even on both sides. Push it all the way down to the table, and that's it. So there you go. There's that lamp. All this is sticking nicely. So you don't have to really wait till it dry. So what we're gonna do now, take this, some of this glue, make sure everything down, and we're just gonna go over it with this. You don't need too much. You just want to give it a glaze, because this Mod Podge dries clear anyway. So you just give it a little glaze. A lot of people don't like to use the Mod Podge, but it makes it streaky. But some things you want to use the Mod Podge for. I'm a big fan of Mod Podge, so I use it for all these lamps and all my little projects that I do. Just make sure your paper's even. You don't want no. You know, always take it up and move it to get it where you want. So while that's drying, make sure you don't use too much, because you don't want it clumpy. Because it gets clumpy if you use too much. You have a few seconds to move this paper. That's it. So that's done. Now we're going to take some of that same glue and we're going to put it on this lamp. A nice thin coat. Just a thin. See? Don't go crazy. You don't want to make it wop up. So you just want to do a nice thin coat on the whole thing. So I have a crafting group. It's called Crafting Together as One. Sign up, answer all the questions, so you can be a part of the group to see what we're doing. I've received phone calls from people telling me how they start their own business since they found me on YouTube, which is I'm very happy and pleased to hear that. And I do have conversations with people who really need help and some one-on-one for the new beginners. I don't have no problem. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I work at night time, so I'm always available at night. So that's done. I'm gonna let that dry a few minutes. Put this on top of here. My glue is drying. So while that's drying, let me put everything together. I'm gonna give a few minutes and let this dry. So for the most part, this lamp is pretty much done. There's the bottom, there's the base. Now it's time to put our chain on. So you want to be kind of good with it because you don't want to be putting it anywhere you want. So you want to try to do the chain, just a regular link chain. I'll leave the description down there. And I'm using that little screw, like this little screw that comes with the cups. When you put these on the cups, you don't use this part. So I'm using this to put it on here because I don't want to use that whole piece for the thing. So I'm just gonna stay here and I'm gonna determine where I want it at. Making sure it's flat and everything. So I'm thinking maybe here and here. What I think. Not too far to the side, not too far to that side, making it look even as possible. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this chain. Put my wire out in the middle color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this piece, put it in here. And then this piece, making sure the chain is flat, I'm gonna put that on that end. I'm just putting it down here to make sure I get it in the loop because I'm trying to do it where y'all can see it. So because it got the little pieces sticking out, let me look at it first and see where I want to put it. Maybe right there. And right there. That look a little even. Let me turn it around because you can't see it that way. Because I don't want to be. The first one I did was all crooked and sideways. Don't want to do that again. So I want to look at it. And because this is just a screw, I'm going to take and put it where I want. Right there and right there. And I'm just going to smash it inside, creating a dent. Smash it, create a dent. Now that I left a dent, I got me these are eyeglasses screws. I'm just gonna poke a hole in the side. And poke a hole in the other side. And that's what that smashing is for, to create that dent. So this little device here is used to put the gems on the cups. I have a video on it. It's just some styrofoam pool noodles wrapped up nicely. And this is what I'm going to use for my cups and for anything else if I'm using gems or just little projects like this. So what I'm using this for, because I'm going to drop glue in it, some super glue just in that little hole, just to fill up that hole, but not enough to make a mess. Because the super glue is going to stay. Just like a little bubble drip of it. Little bubble drip. Then I'm going to put my screw in here. And I'm going to let it sit there for a second because you don't want it to drip. And I'm going to push that in there. Try not to get your fingers all stuck for when the glue spills underneath the hole. Try not to stick your fingers. But you can pretty much put your fingers on the outside and push that in. It'll stay. And then on the other side of it, we'll add like a little dab of hot glue just to make sure it don't come out. So that's dry. Don't put too much in there where it starts dripping because you don't want it to drip. So I'm turning it over to the other side. I'm gonna do the same thing. Add a little drip of the super glue in there. I prefer gel, but I can't find where that one's at. I'm probably used it all. So this is what I have left. Instant adhesive. It's for the metal. I was using these for the cup, so it ain't gonna hurt using it on the lamp. So I'm gonna put this in here the same way, making sure my chain is flat. put it in here, pushing it into the hole, making sure I don't stick my fingers. I'm gonna add the hot glue around it when it's done. You only need to do that for a few seconds. You got a little window before it dries, so adjust that chain. Throw that on the floor. Put this on here. My custom lamp is done. It's done. There you go. You're gonna have that little inside where I put the holes at. Right there, you can see it. But you can always cover it with a piece of paper, but the hot glue is gonna cover it anyway. So isn't this just cute, y'all? Look at that. Now, if we can turn the cup into a pocketbook, why we can't turn the lamp into a pocketbook? You know, we might as well. Isn't that cute? Even the border makes it pop. Now this was a little rush job for me, so I can get this video out here and don't take too long. But take your time. Make sure y'all ain't getting glue and everything all over the place. But it turned out cute. And when I post it, it's gonna sell quickly. The other one sold already that I did, the little purple one. So they're just so cute. That's so cute. Look at that. Alright, so my group is called Crafting Together as One. Y'all come and watch me do my thing. I got about 120, 30 videos so far. This is really cute. You don't have to worry about putting nothing in the back, because when you start getting around to the back, then you need the wide format printer. Basically, this is just an 8.5 by 11. That's all you need. Nobody gonna turn around to the back anyway. So there you go. You got the two lamps. I did this one first, and then I did this one for y'all. Turned out cute. Bye. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel. And if you need support and want to hit me up on Facebook Messenger for questions and support and conversation, please be a subscriber first. Let me know that you subscribe to my channel, then I will give you my time. Hope you like it.